Welcome to POSTCAST after the Jazz win in Detroit. A big, close game win. The Jazz have 2 of their last 3 close game wins. This one, 97-96, and this story is the Gordon Hayward story. You have the fourth quarter only box. I have not seen it, Mr. Boone. Would you like to read his line in the fourth quarter, or would you like me to read it?
Well, he played the entire fourth quarter, first of all, in
Yes.
12 minutes. Played 3 for 6. Now, 4 of those 6 shots came from the three-point line. Made it 2, and 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Finally missed his first free throw of the year. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 11 points, and 1 steal. I mean, that.
And the 3 rebounds were mammoth in a game where the Jazz were having a really hard time. I mean, there's no way. The 3 field goals are bigger than anything else, but the 3 rebounds are his biggest story. He was rising up above. I mean, he really showed a lot tonight. And some of those 3 field goals were out of the offense, and some were, excuse me, get on. I'm carrying us home.
Yeah, exactly. Now, he only had 4 rebounds for the ball game. 3 of those came at a crucial time there in the fourth period. And you're absolutely right. He waved Derek Favors off one time and took it to the hole and drew a foul there on Caron Butler. He waved him off for the closing. Was it? He waved him off just
right.
to try to score there on another time. He was feeling it. He knew that he could get to the basket and he was going to score.
That is Rick Mahorn, everybody, by the way.
Yeah.
You can't see him all, but
yeah,
we're on. Say hi. There's Rick Mahorn.
Pretty Rick.
What do you think of the Jazz tonight?
Man, y'all been beating us since 2005? We can't beat y'all for nothing. Good Lord. Glad Karl Malone and Stockton ain't playing.
Well, 53-33 record against the Pistons lifetime. How about that?
Man, this is crazy.
That goes back to when you played.
No, they didn't beat us here.
That's a big difference.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, big difference.
But no, y'all played good. I mean, Gordon Hayward came out, didn't have a good game the first three periods, but in that fourth period, he came up huge, man. 10 points, and it just was dropping dime. So, young team, but y'all really learning.
Thanks for the visit, sir.
No problem.
Yeah, all right.
Rick Mahorn stops by, celebrity guest on POSTCAST.
Oh, why
We're
not?
very serious here. But you know what he brought up is what I loved about this. We opened early in the fourth quarter. I kind of started watching what they were doing to Gordon. They were denying, they were overplaying. They went to last year's. Remember, I said that it's last year's defense on Gordon Hayward, and they've taken him out of the game. And instead, he kind of said, well, I can't say what he said, but heck with this, probably a little differently. I'm still taking over the game. I'm not sure he's ever done that before. I think in the past, when a night like that's going last year, he just got frustrated and didn't feel like he could get going. And now he said, all right, it's my game.
Well, you and I talked about this earlier. Maybe in the third quarter, maybe it was the second quarter. I can't remember, but that he has to find a way. And they're taking this away from me. Then I have to do something else in order to help my teammates and help ourselves win.
It's a really tough night for the Jazz bigs. First of all, for Cantor, he's probably was the 3rd strongest big on the floor. Like, he's usually the first, but Monroe and Drummond are both stronger than he is. They're both taller than he is, and Ennis doesn't have a lot of lift. So that's a really hard, and he still finishes with 14 points and 11 rebounds. I'm pretty pleased with that outing for him.
Man, without a doubt. 3 of those coming on the offensive glass. He was out-muscled a couple of times, and the guys had more lift. They could get up above him, but he continues to fight. I mean, this is the strength that he has, is that his ability to just be strong out there on the floor and go to the glass. He does have a knack for going to get the basketball, and I think that helped him tonight with the jumping ability anyway of Drummond and Monroe and Josh Smith.
Derek Favors the same thing, 16 points and 12 rebounds tonight. So, I mean, you really got those guys both battling about as hard as they could. The Jazz defense, it's been a question mark. What do the Jazz do defensively, considering that – they haven't played well. They came into this game, according to notes, for 29th in the league. And, we kind of said, wait a second. Every night they're playing an all-star. All guys blow every game plan out the window. When you have a Dirk, your game plan goes out. When there's a Blake, the game plan sometimes doesn't work. When there's a Goran Dragic, sometimes it doesn't work. There's no all-star on this team. Right. And so what do the Jazz do? They shoot 39% from the field, 26% from 3, and that's while giving up 20 second-chance opportunities tonight. And actually, maybe it's worth noting, 20 second chance opportunities, if I'm reading this right, they were still only 10 of 20 shooting on those second chance opportunities. So somehow got 23 points out of it. But that actually says a little bit that, hey, when our guys are getting beat for the rebound, they still fought and forced the guys to miss one of the shots.
Well, absolutely. And to add to that is that what Coach Snyder wants them to do is continue with the game plan. I mean, you're going to struggle. You're going to have some dry spells. You want to eliminate those, some of those dry spells. I mean, you're going to have a couple. Jennings goes off here in that third period. You're going to have the guys that are going to have nights like that, but you have to keep grinding them out and stick with the game plan and just make it work. I mean, you come into the basketball game with a game plan that obviously you think can work. Adjustments are going to be made, but you have to continue to grind them.
All right, let's go to the question. Sky Goose comes in with a question. What's up with Trey Burke? He had such a great preseason. Can he not hang with NBA starters? Trey goes 2 of 8 tonight. Does not shoot particularly well tonight and actually had a tough time. I would be more concerned with the defensive night that he had tonight. The point guards really gave the Jazz fits tonight. Do you think he's pressing? He was not a great shooter last year at 38%. This is obviously taking him below that. I think he's down to about 30%. What's your feeling on where Trey is right now?
I think he's starting to press, David, scoring, shooting the ball, because you see that's what he's more concerned with right now. And I think Coach Snyder would be more concerned with his defense out there on the floor, because if you play pretty good defense, you're going to come up with some steals, get some layups, maybe get some little runners there that's going to get you going. He has not been able to do anything to get him going in the game so far this year, and he's starting to press. But I think defensively is where he's been struggling with. Now, he's gone up against some of the best point guards in the league already this year, and just hopefully he can get things going here the second half on this road trip, and they can have that 3-guard rotation there that's going to be very effective for the Jazz.
I hate it when people say stats can tell different stories, because I think that's just not true. I think stats actually tell a story. You just choose which one if you actually look at them. But the only, I'd say, on one level disconcerting, on other there's maybe some good news. The disconcerting one on Trey is his first month of his NBA career, he shot 41%. Since then, he's been under 40% for every month of his career. Which begins to get to be a little longer sample size than you'd like. The only flip on that, I would say, is that in January, February last year, after his first stretch, he shot 35%. And then in March and April, he shot 39, and he shot 39.8 in his last month. So, which was not a full month, so there was actually a progression as the season went on. He is trying to learn more right now than probably any other player on the floor with that offense, how much he has to take in. That's why Quinn spent an hour with him yesterday in a film session, is because he is trying to take in more information, run more things, than any player on the team, and I think it's impacting. He's thinking a little bit, and Quinn's answer to me, I said, "Do you think he's thinking before the game?" He said, "Yeah," and so let's let him expand his brain skills and figure this out.
Yeah, let him work it out,
Right.
And I agree with you totally. But also, David, you remember he worked very hard over the summer. In preseason, he shot the ball exceptionally well, and then you start the season and you start to struggle. Now you start to press.
Yep. Let's go to Philip Malone, who's coming to us from Australia, actually. Philip is in Australia, is getting close to the point where Dante on the pendulum for Dante, we are moving the low value beyond bust.
Hey, mate.
So the concept about Dante this whole time was he was the pendulum player of the draft, that he was either going to bust or he was going to be a superstar, and he could swing somewhere in, and obviously it swung, and he swung more than anyone else. It's a great question. Is the bust part of that pendulum gone? Not yet. Still too early.
Not yet.
I think so. I would agree.
I think it's early right now.
Really early.
But you can see I know we get hung up on potential.
I don't get hung up on it. I love it.
Well, I love potential as well. But that's what the NBA is based on a lot of times, is potential. But you can see this. I mean, because we're witnessing right before our eyes the growth of him. Now, is he going to hit a wall? Or is he going to get to the point where it doesn't look, there's not much growth left? We'll just have to wait and see. But, he's still only 19 years old.
He was really good tonight. He's got one turnover in 3 games.
He's proud of that.
There's actually a funny thing, though, actually. Young kid turnovers are actually not a bad thing. So there's a level where you actually would like to have him start turning it over again and become more aggressive and turn it over. Final question from James McMurray. Is there more for the point guard to know, learn, and cues offense than other positions?
Yes, it is. Absolutely. And just a short, quick answer is they have to know every position on the floor. They also have to see more than any other position on the floor, and they're responsible for making their teammates better. They're responsible for getting the teams into the offense. They're responsible for just so many different things. The point guard is one of the most important positions on the floor.
All right, those are questions. Quickly, Ron, just your big picture on this win tonight by the Jazz.
I don't think there is a big picture. I think just going to continue to watch the growth of this basketball team. I think what I was more impressed with is the fact that they did come back from being down. Were they down 11 points? And we were wondering, at least I was, if they had the makeup to come back and not just give up and say, okay, let's go to the next game. We're not good enough.
Well, Quinn Snyder's big message to them in the shoot around today was believe. Believe you're good enough. They believed. They got the win. That wraps us up. On behalf of Ron, I'm David. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in to POSTCAST. Jazz Game Rewind will be available for you if you missed this one. That'll be coming to you from Kyle Ireland, and a good one for the Jazz tonight. They win it by the final score of 97-96 when Brandon Jennings' last second shot does not fall. Jazz win it. Have a good night. Be safe.